Some of y'all are keeping something from your family or a friend group. Now, we already had somebody pop out. King of Swords is very strategic. I don't know if y'all aren't telling somebody something. Page of Swords, I'm not going to take it. If you're not telling somebody something or moving strategically, or someone else around you is, it's for good reason. So it's not really coming across, even when I like got that, because I saw on the split, I saw the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles, and there's sort of like withholding. But it's not, it wasn't giving bad energy, is what I'm saying. And then the King of Swords, I mean, is the most strategic king and can be stoic or taciturn. Remember, I'm saying he, that's just describing the energy. The King of Swords is probably going to be the most active energy in the reading today, unless we have a couple of kings out. And it's giving different people, because a lot of the time, like a bunch of kings will come out and it'll be talking about the same person. Whoever this person is, they are getting ready to make a pretty big move. Maybe with somebody or towards somebody, or it is at least going to affect other people. And that might be why this person or y'all are keeping this quiet. But it's sort of like this period of withholding, or kind of maybe moving in silence, or just kind of like, I'm gauging like what's the best way to do that. That should be coming to a close. That's under the deck though, so I'm not quite sure what's going on active in the energy yet. The Emperor. I was going to say, unless we have another king or an emperor out, and I didn't say the Emperor. I should have freaking said the Emperor. These aren't the same person though. Are these the same person? I'm getting like a no and yes. So this King of Swords is also likely what this means, right? This King of Swords, whoever they are, is also an emperor in their own right, but there's something like, there's also another emperor here. And we're ending with this Knight of Cups. So, okay. So, I mean, this is the move, right? The move is in, if we're going past, present, future, okay? The move would be like more in the future, not the present moment. Whatever's going on with this Emperor is in the present moment, because the Emperor is also another person. So let's go around again. Because I mean, I don't know, I see the king and an emperor, it's like, ooh, are the girls fighting? Non-gendered girls. The non-gendered girls are fighting. I don't think it is, but it's like tense. Can I tell you, whoever these two people are, and remember, just because we have like, these look like men traditionally, what we conceive of as men on these cards, this doesn't mean we're talking about men. It's just talking about the energetic type, the style of someone's behavior or personality, though it can be, of course, gendered if you happen to know that you are a man, or from what I'm describing, you know that I would be describing like a brother or a friend of yours that is like a cis man or a trans man. But there's like tense energy between these two. It's not hostile, but it's also not friendly. 5 of Wands going under the girl on this King of Swords. Like I said, there's something, there's like tense energy here. The Emperor, the 6 of Wands. Okay, so there's something being sorted here, because we're going from the 5 to the 6, and then the Knight of Cups is kind of mimicking that 6 of Wands energy. So there's something being sorted between these two. Knight of Cups, King of Cups. Girl, not gendered girl. Somebody has to deal, like before this King of Swords can do something, it's like, what I was getting, and I wasn't saying it, I was getting "you shall not pass," you know, like Gandalf with the Balrog and everything. You shall not pass. It's like, it's the King of Swords, like not really. Like it would make more sense for me to say that the Emperor is the Balrog, and like Gandalf would show up more as like the Hermit. But in this instance, it is the King of Swords who would be the Balrog, and the Emperor who would be Gandalf. The Emperor is telling this King of Swords, you cannot pass. You cannot pass until you like, it's whatever this transition is. This 5 of Wands to the 6 of Wands, it's sort of like this Emperor is saying, until you do this, you cannot pass. And I will be the one who determines whether or not you pass. And then you're gonna be in this like King of Cups, Knight of Cups energy, because that is very, very different from the King of Swords. King of Swords, 5 of Wands is very combative and like kind of more warrior type of thing. And the King of Cups is more like, you know, softy or romantic or whatever. And so that could even be, if we're not really talking about people, I mean, we'd be talking about one person, right? That King of Swords. That Emperor could very well be like, I'm hearing it's not, but it like, I'm just gonna throw it out there. That Emperor could very well be some type of like unmanifested guardian, like guide, ancestor, some sort of like spiritual thing that's like, that can determine, that's like a spiritual guardian on something. That's saying like, I can see like through you, and I would know if you had been through the proper initiations and like trials to do this thing that you want to do, and I can see you haven't done it. And so I'm going to manifest circumstances within your life that are either going to drive you away from this thing, or you are going to pass through those challenges and pass through me. But this Emperor is a real life person, yes. However, I'm telling you right now that most, like, if you believe in like, obviously like spiritual guides and stuff like that, and ancestors and angels and all the like, most people on the 3D, right, or the 4D, because I mean, we're moving through time, have other dimensional correspondences. So I have a corresponding angel. Like in the angelic hierarchy, I would also have a corresponding demon and a corresponding being of the earth on both the right and left side. And then something like a back and forth cosmic, maybe, I don't know what that is. A dimensional cosmic, like the thing that's like going through, the thing that is representing like both aspects of time. I mean, maybe that's ancestry, the ancestors that are in the past, and then the ancestors that have not, like that's kind of a weird way to put that. I would be talking about my future children or my family's future children, right? Those are the future ancestors. Like I would be their past ancestors, but all of that is happening simultaneously. So those people, those beings already exist, whether they've been born or not. So that could be that, but I just feel like that time thing, I don't know, something that would be bound by time would be a mortal thing. So I guess that does make sense, that it would be that way. Anyway, let's, you know, I like to get in with the like, the energetic stuff. We're gonna go around again. Ooh. See, 8 of Swords, you shall not pass. Bitch, non-gendered bitch. You can't pass. So this person could not pass, or they can't, and they're like reapproaching this Emperor now, and like the 6 of Swords, I mean, that's looking successful. I don't know. It's like the Emperor is looking to see like, but did you do it, girl? No. Because I'll send your ass back. But it's looking like, I don't know, based on the ending cards, that this person did something, whoever our King of Swords is. Yes, Death, this person. So our King of Swords did do something. They went through some sort of dramatic change here successfully. And I would guess that they are now going to be able to demonstrate that to this Emperor and pass through to the Empress. Final card, girl. Because like I said, that King of Swords is also an emperor, but I don't have like double decks, right? I don't have double decks. So this King of Swords being an emperor in and of, so that makes sense, right? That's why I'm getting the yes, no. We have two emperors here, but one emperor is like, you can't pass to what? There's an empress over here. Empress over there, girl. Non-gender girl. I as an emperor can see you, emperor, are not worthy. You are not worthy of this empress that I got over here. So this emperor and empress, because they don't have to be spouses. Like these are like, you know what I mean? So we have another emperor who can recognize empresses, right? They can. And they're saying, I'm going to look because I am so curious as to what went on here. The emperor who is protecting the empress or guarding them said to this other emperor, it's like, you really think I'm going to let you come over here with your raggedy ass self? No. And, apparently there was righteousness on that because, or like these emperors respect each other. Because the King of Swords emperor, the one who was like, you shout like you're not passing Balrog person, that person went and did something. And now they're able to pass. But it's sort of like right now they're demonstrating this change to, like in the present moment, if we're going past, present, future, in the past this person could not pass. Present moment, this person has done something successfully. They need to show this to this emperor, and then the emperor will let them pass over to that empress. So I would guess probably this is a romantic thing. I'm hearing yes. Hearing yes, okay. So we've got guardians, we've got earthly and cosmic and spiritual guardians on an empress over here. Okay. So the beef isn't really beef. It's just that, you know, you don't just get empresses released to you, all right? And empresses are always like under guard. Most of the queens are, but like, I don't know, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, I don't know, they can fight for themselves. Queen of Cups, not that the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Coins like cut, but they're like the more like of the queens, right? So that's the basics of the story. I'm gonna get a little bit nosy. And see why our King of Swords was like shitty. Why were you shit? Why couldn't they pass in the first place? Because other than that, I don't really have any questions about this, because it seems like this person is approaching this other in like good faith, right? So I'll look and see what the problem was, just for like interest's sake. We'll see who maybe this King of Swords is. We'll get a little bit about them, but this is kind of them in the past. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let me look at that. So we'll get, because this is them, how they're going to be approaching King of Cups. And remember, they are also an emperor. So these are just like, this is the aspect in which they would have been approaching. In the past, King of Swords, that's a bit more calculated. So I don't know. It's not a King of Wands. But I mean, if I ask and the King of Wands pops out, it's like, oh, all right. So we'll find out who this person was in the past. And then we'll see what was the sticking point. Why? Well, let me ask this first. Who is this person like as the King of Swords? So this would be one part of this person's personality. It's not their entirety, but it would have been their dominant side at some point in the past. And I believe I had reads similar to this. If you're interested in it and you like aren't like a regular channel appreciator, but you're vibing with this type of read, there was a similar type of read that was coming out like maybe last September, October, November. You should be able to like kind of go by a title, because it's going to have something like under guard, or like a guardian's watching out for you, or like something like that. Or an empress is like under guard. I so remember giving a read like that. At least one. Yes, no? So it's possible that it is a continuation of that reading. because like people were being all blocked and shit. King of Swords. The Four of Coins. Okay, so there's that Four of Coins. The Ten of Coins. These are the exact two cards that I saw on the split. So this person was withholding. They might have been cheap. Knight of Wands, girl, not gender, girl. Are we lying to the community? We're lying to the community. I told you I was just like, I don't see the King of Wands, but girl, not gender, girl. This is someone who was like withholding from a particular community, but at the same time, maybe like getting some benefits from it. I'm gonna go around again. And this, like, whatever this Four of Coins is, whatever that withholding is, or I'm keeping to myself. Like I said, the King of Swords can be really guarded or whatever. That's something like long term. Or like this person would kind of like sit back and like kind of watch shit. Which monitoring, yeah, King of Swords. But there's something about, like, that could also be like, oh, King of Wands. Sometimes the side powers, all right. This is raggedy. This person was like being a little hoe in the community. I'm not getting promiscuity on this, but there's some sort of community. I'm saying like family, community, like it's not gonna be family if this person's like a hoe. It's gonna be a particular community, but that could be found family, you know? There is a particular community that this person was in, or like if that's more like money, this person, well, that would be like withholding money. I don't know, but there's something here about this person kind of like, this is like taking something from a community. King of Wands, Knight of Wands, that's like, who do I like? Who do I like? I'm gonna take that person, right? Let me get something on this Knight of Wands here. Girl, if I get the Three of Cups. Or something comparable. But I just feel like we got someone being strategic with who they want to be with in a community, and it's a little bit scammer, right? Because Knight of Wands, that's not serious. And so somebody went, the Chariot, it just seems like moving on people in a particular community very strategically, but in an unserious way. That's like very, very pushy. Knight of Wands, impulsive, unserious. King of Wands, potentially it's playboy, playgirl, it's dick witch energy. This is dick witch energy. And here's the thing. I have been giving a spate of reads that is about someone contending with like, or multiple people contending with dick witches. If that is, like, if there's any of that on this, somebody would also have to undick witch themselves. This person, so like some of those dick witch reads could be someone defeating like their inner dick witch, because dick witches, like witch tends to like bring up like femme energy or women, like all the genders, all of the sexual expressions can be dick witches, okay? Except for asexual people, I'm pretty sure. So, but I don't know, some like, I don't know. Like that's for the, like I have no knowledge of those sorts of nuances within the asexual community, but I would be surprised if there was an asexual dick witch, maybe. So like this is why this person likely would have been blocked. I'll look at the conflict, but I mean, I feel like we've kind of, if this is a community that like this Empress and this other Emperor were sharing with that King of Swords Emperor, then that the Emperor that's like the guardian would have known, like, I know who you are. Like, no, you're not coming over here with that nastiness for an actual like Empress. Like, you better go over there with the upside down Queen of Wands. King of Wands, non-gendered, sovereign, well, upside down person of Wands. I don't know about sovereign. Dick witches don't tend to be fully sovereign because they're being controlled. People who tend towards controlling others tend to be unliberated people. All right, so we're looking at this Five of Wands, Eight of Swords. This would have been like the crux of the conflict. It's something about, so we have the King of Pentacles out now. Four of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Hermit. This is just, it's like giving me, I told you, Gandalf appeared. This is just like, you're not, like, no to you. It's just like, it's just the same message. It's like, whoever that more Gandalf-y person was, the reason why they weren't letting them pass is because they know who this person is and how this person tends to operate. And so they were just like, no, you're not doing that with this person. So now we're gonna look, because supposedly our little hoe has like maybe made a change, I don't know. But we'll see how the Dick Witch is now. Our King of Cups, our King of Swords, our King of Swords Emperor has potentially, or will potentially, transition into the King of Cups aspected Emperor. It's like you can't approach this person, King of Wands, King of Swords. You have to actually, like, King of Pentacles, like you would have to, for an Empress, like you have to be the Emperor, so I mean you gotta be all four, but like a legitimate like partner is going to be more in King of Cups, King of Pentacles. It's not that they wouldn't also be in some King of Swords, King of Wands, but like those tend to be more player stuff. The King of Coins can be too, but like in the more positive, that's just someone who's stable financially. The King of Cups, Temperance. This person now dwells with the angels. I don't know about that, but this person's more balanced probably than they have. The Star Girl, non-gender girl, Temperance, and the Star. Healed. I think this last card, I don't know. Eight of Cups. This person has like finished their emotional work, whatever they needed to do. So however this person was behaving, right? Because just because someone's like in Dick Witch energy, okay? Like, someone, like, cause like I'm saying, I was not getting like, true promiscuity to me is not about like healthy casual sex. Promiscuity to me is it's pretty much always a form of self-harm. It's sexual activity as self-harm, and also it tends to be like unhealthy. So even like I guess hypersexuality could kind of correspond, but I don't know. Like typically we'll say hypersexual instead of like promiscuous, because promiscuous historically has carried a moral judgment with it. And I am not using that as a moral judgment, but I do want it in the negative. Like it is a negative thing because it's self-harm. It's not bad that someone is having a lot of sex. What is bad about the sex is that it is harming themselves and other people. That's what's bad. Or like not so great, like, oh, bad, it's like condemning language, I don't know. I'm not a therapist, so, but, so this person, the way that they were behaving might have been like just geared towards their own pleasure. They might have been behaving like in a more selfish way, but whatever they were doing, it wasn't due to some like horrible trauma or like something that they needed to work out. What it feels more like is someone was just like used to being a certain way. They preferred being that certain way. And now there's someone perhaps who they want, because these feel like specific people. This doesn't feel like types and stuff like that. There's someone who they want that like, well, okay, if you really want this person, this is how you would have to be. They're not this, like, you're just flat out, like if this now King of Cups, this more healed person, approached that Empress in like that King of Swords, King of Wands thing, the Empress, like, they would be very polite, but like they would not get involved with that person. So even if they did not have someone in the community like protecting them or filtering out like the wrong sort of person, like this person wouldn't, like the King of Swords, King of Wands, Emperor wouldn't have gotten anywhere anyway. And so they had some sort of friend or associate within the same community telling them, like, if you want this, you're gonna have to do this. And if you want to keep behaving this way, I mean, that's fine, but like, you're not going to do it with that person. There are plenty of other people who will gladly do A, B, C, and D with you. You're not bringing it over here. Because King of Swords can also be a strategist. I would say the most negative I would get on that person is that I'm willing to bet if they approached that Empress, like as their former whatever, with their King of Swords, King of Wands dominant aspect, I bet they would try like charm or coercion or something like that. They would try it. They would try and sort of like manipulate the situation to their advantage. And I mean, I don't know that that Empress would fall, like Empresses typically don't fall for that sort of thing, but it's still like, is a bit disrespectful. But I guarantee you that whoever this other Emperor is, the Balrog Emperor, they wouldn't feel any type of way. Like they wouldn't feel any guilt or remorse or whatever. And I'm not saying that they're like an esayer or anything, but if they were able to charm someone, they wouldn't feel bad about it. Or like love them and leave it. Like they'd be like, I didn't say anything to you. Like they would not care. If they like hurt feelings or whatever, it's sort of like, well, it's not my fault that you were charmed by me. So there was kind of something I wanted to ask, maybe. Oh yeah, how is our reformed emperor demonstrating this change to their associate, the Gandalf person? Well, it kind of, I don't know, this, the Gandalf person may be just able to sense energy. I feel like this person can read energy. Our Gandalf person can read energy. They're a reader. Oh, there's something they're not. I'm not. Let me pull one more on this. Like I told you about manipulation cards, like I'm not doing. Okay, yeah, so, Queen of Pentacles Tower under the Judgment under the deck. Oh, Lord. What this King of Swords is somehow communicating or demonstrating to our more Gandalf protector type person is they're saying, I'm not a manipulator, I'm not casting spells. It's like, it's not really giving me magical person. I'm saying casting spells, the magician can be manipulative and charming, like, right? Like sleight of hand. Like, it's like, I'm not trying to pull any fast ones. I swear, it's not me. Instead of that, like I'm being straightforward. I'm like offering my true self. I am willing to fight for this other person. I'm willing to do this for this other person. So in some way, that is what is being communicated to our Gandalf Emperor, all right? And like they would know, all right? So let's go ahead and get the final advice outcome, because that's all nice. Final advice, ooh, Judgment call. The Tower girl, they came out. Oh my Lord, this is crazy. Well, something major just, oh my God. Oh, we got Judgment, the Tower, and the High Priestess. Something crazy is going on in the energy right now. This is like a big time energetic move. I'll go around one more row, but I'm just saying, dang. Somebody like was one way and they went, okay, I'll be totally different now. Judgment, the Devil girl. Like, oh my God. This person went, I know. Tower, 5 of coins. Oh, well, they might have felt like they don't want to be left out, but like I'll pull another on that 5 of coins after I get one on this high priestess. Like, this is just like, this is kind of giving me the 7 of cups on that high priestess. Is that somebody like doing like major work on themselves? It was sort of like this person, like I said, the Balrog's here. This person got called out. This is our Gandalf person, and then here is our Balrog person. The Gandalf person went, the hell you are. Not today, Satan. And then that was just the person got cast the hell out. They got knocked out of heaven, right? Like they fell and they went, oh my God, no. And then they went to the underworld and they had to do some soul searching. Okay, that's what happened. So it's just giving me, it just kind of gave me a little repeat. Can you give me anything after? It's saying no. Like that high priestess is kind of giving like now, like there's something about a no on showing me like what's going to happen after, probably because what's going on right now, I would guess, right, is depending on who I'm talking about, if this is y'all's read, this is you, I mean, you'll know where you are, but I would guess for some people, it's like the energy work is wrapping up and they're about to go over to this other emperor to have this discussion. And for some of y'all, it's sort of like the energy work is officially done and they're like already like gonna have that conversation, or they are currently demonstrating stuff with the emperor, but like no final thing. There's been no absolute final decision made, and until that happens, like I can't see beyond that point with these people. Yeah, there's something about, because I got the 7 of swords here, 6 of coins, 7 of swords, 9 of cups. It's sort of like all it's really talking to me about is just kind of giving me repeat messages about like kind of the problem, right? Like this is like basically this is kind of this devil card, like again. So we'll go ahead and let's close with like a word from Jesus. All right, Jesus says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. And that's going to correspond to someone doing energy work, someone approaching somebody else in humility instead of that King of Swords, Devil, King of Wands type of energy.